Listen, try to give me your attention because I do think today is really important. All right. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of go through this. I don't think it's necessary to do all the problems, but a lot of the problems. Thank you very much. All right. So here we go. So let's look. 8, 9, and 10. Remember, I'm not going to have you write anything out tomorrow. All right. I mean, I'm not. So we don't have to worry about 8, 9, and 10. Number 11. All right. Here we go.
So I thought it would be 9 plus like x, but
Which one? Listen to me. And I'm so glad you checked your answers. So are we starting with a number or are we starting with 9?
9.
Well, it says a number, right? It says a number is being increased. Now again, I know what you're thinking, okay? So I can't, it's very hard for me to help you with these. All right. So what is being increased? The number or 9? That's exactly right. That's why it's x plus 9. All right. So again, I always try. Now, does it matter really in this case if you put 9 plus x? And the answer would be no, because the commutative property says that when you add, it's still the same answer. Right? But I'm trying to get you to understand specifically, if I say a number is increased by 9, you're starting with the number. Right? You're not starting with 9. No, you're trying to make it absolutes, and it's not. Because if I said 9 less than 3, right? There you go. That's exactly right. See, and that's what I'm trying to show you is, in math, you have to just think about the different possibilities, right? And in this case, I always try to tell kids, what are you starting with? Are you starting with the number, or are you starting with 9? Or are you starting with the number this time? Okay? So for number 11, it would be x plus 9. And I appreciate you checking your work, by the way. All right? I think everybody should be checking your work. That's what the solutions were there for. All right? So this was x plus 9. 2/3 of a number d to the third power. So now on this one, 2/3 of d, right? And what am I doing to 2/3 d? What am I doing, Noah?
Putting a 2 exponent.
Yes. Now, yes. So I'm proud of you. 2/3 d cubed. All right. I was trying to decide if there was a parentheses. All right. But in this case, do we agree parentheses not necessary because the operations weren't written in a row? All right. Hopefully that makes sense. 2/3 of a number d to the third power. All right. If it was going to be parentheses, it would be 2/3 times the quantity. All right. Now, here's what I was talking about now. Am I starting with 5 or am I subtracting 5? There you go. So that's why this is minus 5 and then 4 times the number. So 4x. All right? Are we okay with that? All right. Now, 2 to the 5th power. You should be able to just tell me that's what? 32. Thank you. What's the matter? And then 6 cubed was what? 216. And then 4 to the 4th. What was 4 to the 4th? 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. Tell me, Carter.
256.
Thank you. Good job, Carter. 256. All right, again, 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. That's just you doing the math on that, correct? Everybody good? All right. Now, Fantastic Pens Bowling Alley charges $475 for shoe rental plus $425 for each game. Write an expression represent the cost of the shoes and to bowl G games. So I'm pretty sure everybody in here can just say that's what. Anybody tell me, Chloe?
It's $4.73 plus $4.25.
Beautiful. That's exactly correct. Very good. You understand that? Because again, it's saying specifically what? For G games, right? We don't know how many games there are. What?
I said $9 times.
Now, listen, the reason why it's not 9 is because you're only paying for the shoes once. You agree with me? You don't pay for the shoes every time you bowl a game. What?
Oh, and could you put parentheses?
No. I know what you put in parentheses. Okay? All right, let's move on now. All right, I really feel like you guys should be pretty good at 18 through 23. Some good mental math here. All right, 18 was what? Be careful. 18 was what? 4. Good job, girl. 4. Now it's your time to speak up if you don't know something. All right, number 19. What'd you get? How much? I don't think so. 18. 18. Let's everybody check with 18. All right, 3 squared is what? 9, right? 15 plus 9 is 24. 24 minus 6, 18. Good with that? All right, somebody else who's got 20. What do you think? Come on, some of you guys, come on. I didn't ask you to do that much. What's 20? Somebody else tell me. Who's got it? I don't want you doing it now.
19.
19. Yes, 19.
I think we find it.
Okay. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, that's my fault then. 19. All right. All right. What about 21 then? Tell me, Jack. Yeah. I'm good with that. Should I just do the odds then, guys? All right, let's just go do the odds. All right, somebody tell me about 23. Somebody said 30.
No, 30.
Oh, 3.
I got 30.
Everybody happy with that? All right. Thank you, guys. 25. Let's do 25. Now, again, here, 5 times b squared divided by c. Now, I would like everybody to write it like this. 5 times 3 squared divided by, right? So I'm hoping you just look at that and say that's 5, right? Because why? Because what's 3 squared? And then divide by 9. What does that do? Cancels out, right? So your final answer is what? 5. Everybody okay with that? Look and see. Let's double check you. Right? You have to do the 3 squared first, right? Which is 9. 9 times 5 divided by 9. But it would have been easier, like I said, just do 9 divided by 9, right? And then you're left with 5. All right? So 27, let's see how 27 looks. The cost of one scoop sundae is $4.75, and the cost of 2 is $5.25. Write and evaluate the expression to find the total cost of 3 1 scoop and 2 scoops. So who did the math on that? Good for you. Tell me. $24.75. Anybody get that? You got that? Is everybody happy with that? $24.75. Anybody have any questions? Yeah. If you bought 3 of these, it would just be 3 times 4.75 plus 2 times 5.25. Do you agree with that now? Everybody okay? Everybody good?
So we use this to study for tomorrow
Yeah.
and the other one?
No, just look at this. You with me? Just look at this. We're only going to do chapter 1. All right? Normally, in the past, I've had more time, but there was a lot going on. You guys we missed a whole day because you guys, right, went on Thursday and didn't have class really, so that's why I'm a day behind. All right? Okay, so evaluate. Again, I don't really care about the properties, okay? I think I told you that. All right, you don't have to write all the properties. I just want to know what the answer is. All right, someone else besides Carter. Good job. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to name a couple properties. All right. I think I did. Let me go back and I'll double check just a minute. But I think you know the properties that would be on the test would be like the commutative property, right? Associative property, identity, inverse, Zero property. Zero property just means if you multiply by 0, you get 0, right? Inverse property would be if you cancel things out, right?
What about
Additive what? Additive, there would be an identity. That's called an additive identity, or the additive inverse. So the additive identity would be adding 0, right? The inverse would be when you do the opposite. For, like, for example, A minus A, that would be an inverse because they cancel out. Okay? What? Oh, yeah. So tell me what that is. 1. Now, that's pretty nice, right? Because 8 minus 6 is what? And then, now, 5 divided by 2 times 2 divided by 5 then. Perfect. That's 1. Everybody okay with that?
Like, is the properties gonna be like you have to do you said
No, I said you're just going to identify it if it's on there. I'm just going to say A plus B equals B plus A. What is that? Commutative property. Okay? But I don't even remember if I put that on there, to be honest with you. I'll double check in a minute because it's sitting right on my desk. All right, so what's 2 times 1/2? 1, right? So 1 plus, now we have to do what's inside the parentheses. What's inside the parentheses? 8 minus 7 is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. You see what guys? I'm trying to make sure now. Help me out. That's 5. Do you agree? Everybody's okay with that being 5? Agreed? Now, what? Half of 2. Right? Half of 2 is 1. Agreed? Good job. Keep asking. I don't care what it is. All right? Now, on number 33, the best thing to do is to do what with 2/5 and 3/5? Add it. What is that? 1. 1 plus 2 plus 7 plus 5. How about that, guys? 15. Yes, sir. Quickly. I don't know what that means. What? For what, on 33?
Yeah.
All right, now come on, let's think back to the good old days. 2/5 plus 3/5 is what? And what's 5 divided by 5? 1. You good now, right? So that's just 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7. That's it. Good. You ready? All right, let's move on. All right, now for the decimals. Again, hopefully you did what? Hopefully you added these two together first, right? Which is that, what's that? 9. Then hopefully you added these two together, which is what? Another 9. So the final answer is what? That's how you're supposed to be doing it. All right? But there's no way for me to check that. So you just got to know you can group things together to make the problems easier for you. All right, let's go to 37. Now do I care about using the distributive property here on just the numbers? No, because to me it's easier to just say what? 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 times 6 is what? 30, right? 4 times 8 is 32. 2 times -2 is -4. I wouldn't use the distributive property on that. Does everybody agree with that? All right, now the next ones, though, definitely. So 43 would be what? And 45 would be, and 47. Good job. Thank you. -27y plus 18. Remember, guys, it's time to speak up now if you're not sure about something. Everybody agree that's kind of easy, right? All right. Write and evaluate the expression for the number of tutoring lessons Mrs. Green gives in 4 weeks. I'm not sure what that means. 3 plus 5 plus 4. What are we talking about? Well, it says write an evaluative expression for the number of tutoring lessons. So if she does 3 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday, and 4 on Wednesday, that would be for what? 1 week, right? And then you multiply that by 4. Is that what it was? Somebody said 48. Is that correct? 48 lessons. Anybody have any questions for that? Pretty easy. All right, now let's look at, oh, here is something I did make a big mistake on, guys. And not really a mistake, but I think I said this earlier. I wasn't interested in the accuracy stuff. I think I told you guys that what we would do, and if you want, you can just delete this whole page, actually. Or I don't know if you know how to do that. You hit this button right here, and then you tap on it, and you can delete the whole page. Right? Just to remind yourself, we don't have to do 1-5. I have my own accuracy. Your accuracy is to how many decimal places? 3 decimal places. That's what I said. All right, is everybody okay with that? All right. Now, this is kind of some of the stuff from the IXL that you did over the summer. So let's see if you remember any of that. Express the relation as a table, a graph, and a mapping. Then determine the domain and range. So what I did on the test is, we'll do 58 all 3 ways, just so I can show you how simple. And we don't have, or we'll do 59 because that's the one you did. All right. And then what we'll do is, hopefully you'll go, wow, that's just super easy. All right. So here we go. Here's 59. So I first have to draw it as a table. Now, for me, the table was always this direction. I don't know why the book puts it in the other direction, but I prefer X, Y like this, right? And then it would just be what? -1, 0, 3, 4, and then 1, -2, 1, -1. Look how simple that is, guys. That's as a table. That's how you write it as a table. All right. Now, when you have to drawing as a mapping, all you do is you're just drawing ovals. All right. And then generally what I tell kids is -1, 0, 3, 4. Now let me say this. Generally on a mapping, you write the numbers in order from small to large. So I'm going to write small to large. So this would be -2, -1, and 1. Notice I didn't repeat. Did I agree with that? And now, -1 gets mapped to what? 1. So you draw the arrow down here like this. 0 gets mapped to -2, so that would be the arrow right there. 3 would be mapped to 1. And 4 would be mapped to what? Everybody see what I just did there? Everybody agree it's kind of simple. That's really old school. All right. Well, whatever. It might be on there. I'm saying, I'm hoping to be on there because it's so simple. Now, for the graphing part, I'm probably not going to ask you to draw graphing because it's just, I want it to be accurate. You know what I mean? So I think if I remember correctly on the test, I said draw it as a table and draw it as a mapping, I think. All right, but that's real simple. Besides the fact if I ask you to plot the points, everybody here knows how to plot points, right? So that would be something I would hope would be on the test because it would be so easy. Agreed? All right. So now the next thing I want you to write down is D for domain and R for range. All right. And generally you do something like this. Well, you don't have to get that fancy. You can just do parentheses. The domain is just the what? X values, right? So the domain would be -1, 0, 3, 4. And the range would be -2, -1, 1. Notice I put the numbers in order, all right? And I still did not do what? When you're listing them, do you repeat them? No, don't repeat the numbers. Except on the table. No, yes, except on the table. Well, yeah. All right. If you're asking what the domain and range is, you don't repeat. Okay? But if you made a mistake repeating, is it really that big of a deal? It's not really a big deal. I'm not going to mark it wrong and just circle it and say you don't repeat numbers. All right, it's not really that big a deal. All right. So what's next after 59? All right. It's kind of the same thing. Does everybody agree? All right, so if I did 61 as a set of ordered pairs, we should just write what? 5, comma 3, 3, comma negative 1, 1, comma 2, negative 1, comma 0. Does everybody see that? I'm good with that. Does anybody have any questions with plotting points, making a mapping, table, graph? Is everybody good with that, right? That's not hard. All right, super easy. All right, let's read 63. It says, on average, 7 plants grow for every 10 seeds. Make a table shows the relationship between seeds planted. Okay, so this one I think is kind of nice. All right, so we're going to make a table for this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just copy this down so we can see it. Let's put it right over here. Oh. All right, let's see what it says. It says on average 7 plants grow for every 10 seeds. Make a table. All right, so this I want to see who's thinking now, because this one's kind of tricky if you're not careful. All right, so this could be X, this would be Y. So this would be 50, 100, 150, and 200. It looks like I'm increasing by what? 50. All right, so now I want someone to tell me, if 7 plants grow for every 10 seeds, then how many are going to grow with 50 seeds? What did you think, Abe? 30 what? Yes, you do. You just told me 7 times 5 is 34.
Oh, it's
35. Do you agree with that now? Right. 35. So what if you had 100 seeds? How many plants would grow? 70, right? Now, if 50 is 35 and 100 is 70, then 150 would be what? 105, because we could just do what? Add those together, right? And 200, I could just double 100 if you wanted to. 140. All right, that's a pretty good problem, actually. So again, what would be the domain? Somebody tell me the domain real quick. I'm listening. 50, 100, 150, 200. Yes. This right here is the domain. And so the range, there you go. Say it loud and proud. What is it? Yes, 35, 70, 105, and 140. That is considered the range. Yes. I would write it. I don't want to take a chance that I'm in a bad mood and I think you're being lazy and I just decided to take off 20 points from you. Like normal. All right, here we go. Let's look at 75. This was hard. Compare the practice runs of John and Dante during the cross-country practice.
I didn't see the graph. I didn't see it said John's one. I thought it only chose Dante's.
All right, so here we go. This right here, don't forget, it tells you, all right, if you read carefully. All right, it does. All right, it says compare the practice runs. Is there any question here? Okay, so I don't really care about 75. Don't worry about that. Let me read 76. Population of the mix. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here I think you should understand increasing and decreasing and where it's constant. So let's put this up on the board. All right, I'm going to highlight this so we can. So from here to here, the population is what? What's the population doing? Staying the same. And when something stays the same, we call it what? Constant. Can I agree with that? Then from here to here, it's what? Increasing, right? And from here to here, it's what? Increasing also. All right. Now, from 2007 to 2008, is it increasing faster, or is it increasing faster from 2008 to 2011?
2007.
Yeah, 2007 to 2008 is increasing faster. Agreed? And then all of a sudden, what happens? Yeah, it decreases. From here to here, it's decreasing. All right, so let me just do this. So from here to here, it's constant, and then the red is when it's increasing. The green is where it's decreasing. All right, is everybody okay with that? Any questions? All right, now, am I missing? Oh, yeah. Boy, I did miss it. Right here. This is really important. 67, 68, 69, 70. I didn't get to spend enough time, so you can cross out 71, and you can cross out 72. Okay, so who remembers, and this was over the summer too, f of negative 3. Bless you. What do I have to do for f of negative 3? What do I do now? Somebody else? What do I do with f of negative 3? Not bad. Now remember, this is called functional notation. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to clean this up for myself. All right, here we go. Now, I need your attention here. So, f of negative 3. That means x equals negative 3. What is y? I want everybody to write that down. It means x equals negative 3. What is y? So what do I have to do with that negative 3? Plug it into the right function. All right? Am I plugging it into the g function or to the f function? What is this letter right here, guys? So that means I'm going to plug it into the what? F function. All right, I'm going to plug it into the f function. All right, so now that means this equals 2 times negative 3 plus 4. What's 2 times negative 3 plus 4? Negative 2. Good. So that's just negative 2. All right, so f of negative 3 is equal to negative 2. Does that make sense? All right, so what do I do for g of 2? Come on, someone. You go to the g and plug what? Plug 2 in for what? Plug 2 in for x. So this would be 2 squared minus 3. What's 2 squared? Minus 3. Right. So this is 1. All right. So now f of 0. How do I find f of 0? What do I do? Say the answer. 4 is correct. Because why? 2 times 0 plus 4 equals 4. All right, last one. What is g of negative 4, someone? What's g of negative 4?
4 squared minus,
Which is?
which is 16.
Come on, come on, come on. No, it's not 16.
Oh, it's 13.
13. Right, because again, what do? We plug negative 4 in for x into the g function. Negative 4 squared is 16. 16 minus 3 is 13. Thomas, you okay back there? All right, so again, I just primarily want you looking over exactly what I told you today. All right, I'm going to double check. There was something about, someone asked me about properties. I want to make sure. So this negative 4 goes in for this. You know what I mean? Just like if they ask about f, you plug it into the f function. You know that? All right, let me see real quick.